So I'm having an experience today that I posted something on Facebook, and I was doing it as part of my public awareness campaign to help mothers have more satisfying natural birth with better outcomes for babies and mothers everywhere. I am really passionate about it. I've been studying it for like, I don't know, 4 years or so, and I have basically been horrified by what I've been finding out. And I want to share that with people because there's this huge disconnect right now between mothers and babies and families and their babies. And more importantly, there's a huge disconnect between the medical community and the joy experience of giving birth. I'm being very articulate right now. Maybe it's camera shyness. So, um, so I posted something on my Facebook page, and a barely friend of mine on Facebook was questioning everything that I was saying, and almost sounded like he was really hostile about the situation, like he felt like I was giving misinformation, and he's completely on the opposite spectrum. I think he's trying to say that everybody should be C-sectioned, but I'm not really sure. As far as credentials goes, like at the very end, not to be snarky or anything, but I was like, why are you so interested in like I don't think that the field of work that you do really qualifies you to tell me that I'm wrong when I've been doing this for a long time now, and I'm asking him to read and watch certain things that I've come across so that he can get a more informed opinion, because it doesn't seem like he has that. And he's like, oh, well, family relations or something is his, or human, what is the word? I can't remember. I'm going to have to go look it up here. He said that human, oh, please. I hate when that happens. Yeah, basically he's just saying that his whole idea about the situation is that he thinks that cesarean rates are great, apparently, because he's talking about how people are having, the highest C-section rate in Italy, and that's really great because there's not perinatal mortality. And I'm kind of like, well, I don't really know what to say about that, because those figures are very skewed. There's a lot you don't know, and I'm just not getting the information that I think I need to get. Human development and family relations. That really isn't qualifying him. I mean, that's like interaction after you get outside of the womb. Anyway, and I've worked at an OB office, and I was a director at a daycare center, and I teach childbirth classes, and I'm a birth attendant. I'm studying to be one. I have had 2 children myself. I have talked to hundreds of women between all of these different jobs that I've had, and I am studying to be a leche leader, like halfway through the application process. I am really well read on the subject. I basically devour any book that I can come across that explains what's going on, because it's hard to even wrap my mind around the fact that women are having cesareans at almost 50% in some places in the United States, and that 50% of the inductions end up in a cesarean. I mean, it's a huge number, and it's an accurate number, because we do know for a fact that the C-section rate in general is 30%. And many, many women, I'm not really sure, but I have to get back to you on that, on the induction rate, but lots and lots of women are being induced for a variety of reasons, most of them really not any good. Medical journals say that, you can be up to 44 weeks pregnant. Now, they may have had complications with babies, and they try to intervene, and interventions are not always bad. And thank God we have C-section and monitoring available for people who are high risk and need it, even though high risk sometimes is even debatable, because now it seems that liability and lawsuits, the litigiousness of society is really driving doctors to just do it one way, which is a C-section, or an induction that ends up leading to a C-section. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's kind of more like, don't broke what ain't fixed type of mentality, on my end. And on the other end, it's the emperor wears new clothes, I mean, nobody is willing to tell the doctors that all of their Frankenstein, you know, uh, let's try this and see how it works. It's not really working, but they just keep on doing it anyway because they want it to work. Like, they don't want babies to die. They don't want mamas to die, but it's happening still. Yet, they're like, well, we were able to do this, and thank God at the end of the day, but it wasn't necessary. I mean, these women are having C-sections because the doctor's like, yeah, it's easy. Well, what about uncontrolled bleeding? What about secondary infection, respiratory diseases in babies, and all of these other things that can go wrong? I mean, there's a lot that can go wrong. Me personally, I had a C-section with my first child. Now I have endometriosis, which can lead to infertility. I mean, you can end up with a hysterectomy. You can end up with all these different things. Now, you can end up with those things regularly anyway, but the chances go up when you perform abdominal surgery in that area. I mean, there's 1,000 things that can go wrong. It's not just like, oh, whatever, it's abdominal surgery. It's like serious. And women aren't really being told the risks about that, but they're being told the risks about all these other things. And it's just like, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, I really stress to people that, there's some really good resources out there. There's The Business of Being Born, which was produced by Ricky Lake and Abby Epstein. It's an amazing movie explaining what's going on in America today. Pregnant in America, another really great movie. It's about a couple who basically is trying to do the best possible birth experience in the United States, finding that it's really difficult. It's really hard to convey all of the information that's in these movies, so it's easier for just people to watch them. They're available on Netflix. It's really cheap, Netflix. You can get like one movie, unlimited instant movies for like $8, $9 a month. You can watch them on their computer, you can watch them on your Xbox, or now they also have it on PlayStation 3, I think it is. Anyway, I could go on forever, but I'm just really frustrated, and I want to be able to post things for people on Facebook without having people who will never have children themselves, people who really don't have the knowledge to back up what they're saying, posting stuff on my page and harassing me. I mean, it was ridiculous. It's like a 40 comment long argument, basically, and I was trying to be very diplomatic and saying, like, I'm happy that you're involved and interested. Please look at this material that I have come across. I have gathered a humongous amount of resources for people to make an informed decision, and I'm being told I'm wrong by someone who hasn't looked at any of it and doesn't seem to want to. Every time I say something, he'd go Google some other example of why I'm wrong. It's just ridiculous. I don't know what he cares about it for. I really shouldn't care what he thinks, but I do, because it's people like him who are making these things harder for women and harder for babies, and we're losing out on the miracle of birth. We're losing out on the rite of passage. We're losing out as human beings, like that initial maternal bonding between mother and baby. When that bond isn't there, which with a cesarean, you don't have the release of the labor hormones that are really part of nature's way of bonding baby and mother. When you miss that, I mean, what is that leading to? Perhaps it has a lot to do with the rate of depression in the United States. Everybody seems to be anxious and on medication for depression, and I think that there's something to be said about that. How you come into the world is really important. The people who don't believe that, I feel sorry for them. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but I'm saying that, like, people are missing something, the bigger picture. Anyway, that's going to be my rant for today. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later.